everybody.
Oh, golly, hello everybody. Welcome to the Party Ritual Podcast on behalf of the cake making party.
Welcome to Baking Without Boundaries. Now, for those of you that saw a few weeks ago, we made our own Christmas cakes. And I did ask whether any of you wanted to see how to decorate them. And we did have a few replies saying, yes, please. So today we are going to decorate our Christmas cakes that we made. Now, I'm purposely keeping them very simple this year because Paul is doing it for the first time.
I've never done it before.
Christopher has made several Christmas cakes over the past
Well
few years.
experienced.
But because he's helping his dad today, I've decided to keep the cakes simple this year.
Just like his father.
Because we're not doing them at Cedar this year, it's just here. So anyway, we're going to start by putting our marzipan on our cake. So Christopher, I'm going to pass over this. Can you remember what we have to put on first?
Hands, yes, and feed your hands. Good point.
Can I have his wipes?
Yes, of course you can, my love.
You know,
he's on the
perhaps,
floor, isn't he?
Perhaps when we get to the new year, I'll remember this all the time. You done your hands full?
Yes, I did.
Right, I've done mine as well, so come here
Well,
then.
it probably wouldn't have to do them again, just
Come here. We need your nails cut as well, by the way, young man. But I don't think we'll do that while we're baking.
Well,
Huh?
he shot at me hand.
You will notice that Christopher and Paul are not wearing aprons today. It's because it's Christmas session and I've only got one Christmas apron and I'm wearing it.
And also I'm wearing a beautiful, not Marks and Spencer.
Next
Christmas jumper.
From about 4 years ago.
From 4 or 5 years ago. And I fit it so well.
It doesn't matter because you only come out once a year.
That's very true.
Right, Christopher, when we do the cakes at Cedar, what do we do before we put the marzipan and everything on? Can you remember? Pardon?
Yeah.
No, it's not marmalade, it's apricot jam. So what I've done is I've got a couple of spoonfuls of apricot jam and I've melted it down in the microwave so it's soft like this. So if you guys just follow me, Christopher, you tell your dad what he's got to do.
Right, Chrissy, what have I got to do, bud?
No, come on Chris, what have you got to do?
On the cake.
On the cake, that's right. So you just brush the apricot jam all over the top of the cake, and this is going to help the marzipan to stick.
Okay.
And you do all the top, and then you do the sides
you
as
do
well.
the sides as well.
Obviously, you don't have to coat it completely, but you do have to get some on.
Right. Okay.
In other words, you haven't got to drench it. You just have to
do a little bit.
Make sure that there's some on. Oops.
I never realised Christmas cakes were so heavy.
They are, yeah, well, it's fruit cake, isn't it?
I suppose so, yeah.
You think of all the fruit that goes in there.
Oh, yeah, I remember when we made them, there was a lot of fruit that went.
Yeah, there was.
And that's been supplemented by a lot of alcohol. So.
Yes, there is quite a bit of alcohol in these cakes, I must admit.
Now, did you say you used 2 bottles?
I did use 2 bottles of brandy. Not in just these 2 cakes, there are a few more. There are a few more, so. Okay, you managed that?
I'm managing, but it's a bit iffy to turn. And we're doing such a good job here, Chrissy, aren't we?
Yes.
Yes.
That's it, around the sides.
Yeah, nearly done there now.
Dad done the other side as well, Chris? Yeah, right, that's going to be fine then. You don't want it falling on your board like it just done with mine.
Well, I think I've got a little bit on my board.
Oh, well, we'll clean that up later. Right, that'll be fine then if you pop them in there.
Hang on, I missed a bit.
Come on, that's it. Thank you.
It's like when you're decorating,
that
isn't
over
it?
there.
Right, Chrissy, what's next?
So now what we're going to do is we're going to get our ice and sugar. Let's push the cake back up.
See, they're heavy, aren't they?
They are heavy.
Right.
Hang on, let's just wipe that down where.
This is ice and sugar, not caster sugar, isn't it?
Ice and sugar. Don't start about the caster sugar.
You sure it's definitely not caster sugar?
It's definitely not caster sugar. It's ice and sugar.
Right.
Right, so I'm going to. No, you wanted
So
to
even
use.
if I kept on saying caster sugar, it'd
You
still be
wanted
ice
to
and
use
sugar.
the big rolling pin, didn't you? Right, there you go.
You're lucky you got it,
So-
Chrissy. I think Mum was about to use it on me.
So we're going to pop icing sugar down onto the table.
Did you hear the story about the icing sugar and caster sugar?
Yes.
Oh, did you? Oh dear.
Paul and I were at the farm shop and I said to him, please remind me before we go, I've got to get some icing sugar. Well, actually, what I did say to start with was caster sugar. And he said, caster sugar? And I said, no, icing sugar, I mean, not caster sugar. So when we were coming out, I said to him, oh, hang on a minute, I've got to get the icing sugar. And he said, do you mean caster sugar? And I said, no, icing sugar. And because he said caster sugar, I must have had caster sugar in my mind, because when I come home, and I went to get all the ingredients ready, Craig said to me, Mum, why have you bought caster sugar? And I'd actually bought a bag of caster sugar. So I was blaming Paul for it, so he had to go back at the farm shop and get another bag of icing sugar.
And a pork pie.
You already had your pork pies.
Yeah. Oh, no, we already had them, Christopher. I didn't buy them then.
Right, there you go. So Christopher, what do you do with this? Your marzipan.
But the pork pie's good, by the way.
What do you do with the marzipan? Roll it out. Right, so that's right. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll our marzipan out. Right. Now it doesn't matter that you get all icing sugar on this because it will come off, and also it's going to be underneath the icing.
Right.
So you roll the marzipan out into the form of a circle.
A circle. Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going.
So, yeah. Well, you keep turning it.
Oh, I'll turn it. Sorry, Chrissy.
So yeah, you turn it.
We've got to turn it, mate, didn't we?
Now, if you're decorating a cake and you've got somebody with a nut allergy, you would just leave the marzipan out.
Oh, okay.
Just like with the, well, because marzipan's made from almonds, Christopher.
Oh, right.
So an almond is a nut. So it'll still work without marzipan. Also, you get some people that just don't like marzipan as well. They don't like the taste of it.
Right.
Yeah, I see.
No.
You like the taste of it, do you?
You're not going to worry about what this looks like underneath the cake because, like I said, you've got the icing going on top of it.
Right, okay.
Oops.
Does mine look alright? I think we're going a bit out of...
Right, now I think you might need to be a little bit bigger because you've got to cover the whole of that cake. Do you want me to have a go?
No, it's okay.
Hang on a minute, let me make sure it's not stuck to the table.
Yeah, well, I found
Yeah, it's getting a bit stuck.
Oh,
so
sorry.
what you're going to do, guys, if it gets a bit stuck and you can't move it at all, is you are going to have to do it again, I'm afraid.
Okay, well,
Hang on.
Phone at the first hurdle,
No,
Chris.
it won't take long. You've just got to
I'll let you
make sure you've got enough.
Right, I'll let you do it in a minute.
Yeah, so if that happens, guys, just keep checking as you're rolling it. Just keep checking
But you're not sticking.
that it's not sticking by picking it up and.
Move it. Right, okay, well that's what we were doing.
All right, again, this is quite strenuous to do, guys. So if you find that you can't work your hands very good, and get somebody to help you with it.
But not me.
It won't take long. All right, Chris, do you think that looks quite big enough? Yes? Right, so what you're going to do now is you're going to roll your marzipan onto your rolling pin like that.
Okay. Yeah.
That bit's going to come off there. And then that's right, Chris, you put it over onto the cake, don't you? So you go like that over onto the cake.
Oh, well done, Chrissy.
Yeah, right. So wait for me to do mine a minute and then... Okay, so you just roll it over.
Right. To the victor
Just
goes,
you!
To the victor goes the spoils. We'll get on with it, mate.
I think you're going to have to do this then, Paul, while he's doing that. So then you're just going to pull the marzipan out and with your hand... Are you watching, Paul?
I'm sorry, I am, but I'm in the process of...
You're going to just smooth it down. You're going to pull it out and just smooth it down.
Right.
All the way around. Like I said, it doesn't matter if you... It doesn't matter if you've got some...
I need sound effects.
It doesn't matter if you've got some pleats, because this is going to be covered by the icing, and also marzipan's very pliable. You can soon get rid of them.
Right. I've just got to go and wash my hands again at the moment. Yeah, I understand.
You've got a bit of a gap there, but it
Oh,
doesn't
okay.
matter because
Well, do you know what? If he hadn't eaten that piece, you could have filled it up with that.
I could have, but it's too late now.
Too
He's
late.
at it.
He's at it. Oh, he got a yellow tongue.
Oh,
Was that nice, was it? Yeah.
right.
Oh well, she's had marzipan, I will have a beer, I suppose. Just keep it even.
Right, so now
You'll
you,
drink
now
now.
you take a knife. Now you take a knife and you cut around the bottom of the board. Just,
Right, shall I do that then, Matt?
you do with your knife.
Yeah.
You just go in right tight to the bottom.
I'll get a knife.
Go in tight to the bottom. Like that. And then
Yeah.
you get one of these,
What is it?
which is a smoother. You can buy them in any good cook shop, really. Lakeland's normally the best place. And you just smooth around. Again, this is more important for the actual icing bit. But there is your cake covered in marzipan. How are you getting on?
I can't move it.
Well, you're not supposed to. You're supposed to just move the knife, but never mind. Has he done it right, Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, so
Yeah.
can you remember what I said, what you do with the knife now, the flat end of the knife?
Oh yeah, you run it around.
You do, you push it in to the bottom, underneath.
You make it look so easy. Come on, get the cack-handed out of you.
Right, hang on, I'm just going to smooth these, because you need
Yeah.
to smooth these in a little bit.
All right. Okay.
When I said about pleats, I didn't really mean stuck out like that.
Okay.
So just,
Right.
there we go. And
Okay.
yeah, it's all tucked in enough, really.
Good.
Right, so now, do you remember what I said about the smoother?
Yeah, you got to smooth it, haven't you? Yeah. So,
That.
Especially around these bits here. That's it.
you don't put any pressure on it, do you?
A little bit.
A little bit of
Yeah.
pressure. Oh, right. That's probably what I was doing wrong. I was being too gentle with it.
Don't be afraid of it, love, it's a cake.
Yeah, I know, but nasty habit of breaking things. Even cakes.
Well, that is true. Right, so you're going to push your cake over to one side.
What are you going to do with it?
Push your cake,
Oh, push. Oh, it says push.
push
You're
your
gonna
cake
push
over
the
to
cake
one
here, right?
side.
Push.
That'll be alright.
There you go. That's all right, isn't it?
Okay.
Okay.
So now what you're going to do is you're going to make sure, this is a very mucky job by the way guys, but as I always say, you can't cook clean. But I put the icing sugar, there it is. So I'm going to make sure I've got plenty of icing sugar down now because you don't want your icing to stick. Now this year I'm going for a baby blue colour. Now if you want to see some of the past cakes that the guys at Cedar have made with me, you can look them up. Cedar has got its own Facebook at, I think it's cedaronline.org.uk.
Yeah. Yes.
Right, so if you want to have a look and see what we've done in the past, because in the past the guys have just done so well. They've made their own iced flowers and everything to go on. Anyway, all the cakes will be on there. They should be anyway from the years. So right, so now we're going to roll this out, aren't we, Chris? Are they cameraman? Are they on there? Because I think I've been showing them how to make cakes now for, I don't know, about 7 years, so about 6, 7 years. We started off just buying little decorations to go on, and now they've worked their way up to making the decorations that go on. So, and they've made them look very professional, I must say. Right, okay, Chris, so you're going to help Dad roll
Yeah,
your icing out?
We're doing it.
So you're going to roll your icing out. Again, you're going to move it, but you're not going to turn it over. You're just going to move it, but do not turn the icing over.
Why?
So you don't want to white all over it, I'm guessing.
It tends to break, Christopher, if you start turning it over all the time.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
Again, you're going to roll it into a circle.
Oh my
I've got a tiny bit of marzipan in mine there, so. Careful.
God. Oh God, that went everywhere.
Yeah, what will do? You just put it down gently.
Thanks for telling me that, yeah.
Well,
I'll
Paul.
In my defence, I've never done this before in
Well,
my life.
you
so-
know what? In the guys' defence as well, you've got guys at Cedar who can't use their hands or their limbs at all, and even with help, they've never done that.
Yeah, well, I'm making a right pig here and there.
Yeah.
Right, we're going to have to start again with this one as well. So, I'll start you off.
Yeah, I'm not very good
Christopher,
at
you should be telling Dad this.
that. I think he probably
You're not
was.
with us today.
No, I think he was actually sort of making...
Yeah. I won.
Yeah, I think he was sort of
Right,
having a quiet laugh to himself that his own man was getting it so wrong.
let's just start you off.
That's what I thought.
I gave you the great big rolling pin because I thought it would be easier.
Yeah, I'm probably not then.
What?
Probably not easy.
It isn't any good if you haven't got the shape.
No, that was where I would get in trouble because I was going long.
It's not American football, you know.
No,
You're not going long.
no, I was definitely... I'm going round. Yes, I know. Yes, I
Right,
know.
let's just hope that this is big enough because...
What do you reckon?
Let's have a look, shall we? So you do exactly the same with the icing. You bring it up, put it over. Hang on, we've got now. This is where you have to be extra careful though. You still can do a fold, but not as many if you can help it as what you did on the marzipan because this is going to be this is the outer part of the cake and you don't want to see all the folds. So do you want to do this, Paul, or?
No, I'm going to, because it could well end in disaster.
All right. Well, you do the smoothing down in a minute.
Yeah, I'll do
with,
this
with
with
Christopher.
I'm okay with that.
Let me just get this on and I'll just get the. Again, guys, you will need a hand with this probably.
Could you not put a split in it where instead of folding it?
Well, not really, because
No, I see what you
again, an experienced baker would probably tell you exactly how to do it with no folds. But like I said before,
You're a happy
I'm not.
amateur.
I'm not an experienced baker. All of this I've just learnt by watching people and watching TV basically. Yeah, you're right, Chris. Right, now when you trim around the bottom there, Paul, you need to trim. I'll start you off, look. Do you remember, Chris? You don't go right up to the board, you go around. So you're leaving a bit there. I'll show you from this side, look. You're leaving a bit of the icing on the board as you go around.
And what do you do that? You then tuck that icing under, do you?
Then what you do, let me do this for the camera a minute. So then you tuck all that in with the flat part of your knife. You turn all that in so that it can't be seen.
Right.
You got a hole.
Where? Oh dear, right.
Where's the hole to? Right, so this is how you mend a hole, is it?
You just take off a little bit of icing and pop it on as best as you can.
And then you're going to smooth it over.
And then you're going to smooth it over in a minute anyway. Is there any more around there? Because I can't see. No, right, so you continue to
I'll continue.
trim around there.
Okay.
And I will put my cover onto my cake then. Okay.
Yeah, we're good. I think it was slipped on the board, love.
What do you mean? Oh. There you go.
Thank you.
Right then, so we've cleaned up a little bit here and we are just about to smooth. So if you go like this with your cakes, look,
Oh,
it'll be
okay,
smoother.
Chris, here we go, bud. We're going to do this bit of job here.
So across the top,
Right, okay.
around the top like that,
Yeah.
and around the sides.
Oh. We've
You're
got.
done. Oh dear, okay, hang on.
That was Christopher's caught his
Alright,
hand on it.
never mind, it'll sort itself out. Let's have a look. Don't worry about it. If this happens, you just push the icing over a little bit to join it all together,
Right.
and then literally just
Smooth it again.
smooth it again. Yeah. Like that. Okay.
Okay, that doesn't look too
Oh,
bad.
we can put a bit of decoration there anyway. So. Alright,
that's
Chris,
it,
alright,
just a
hang
minute.
on. You were just a little bit too hard with it there,
I think it
Chris.
might have been me.
Right.
So I think his hand slipped off the thing and it just caught on the.
Okay, right, well there you go then. It's caught a little bit there, look as well. So you need to just go down on the sides there.
Okay.
Alright, so you're going to go all the way around the edges,
Yep, okie dokie.
across the top there.
Yeah, okay. That might be a little bit more.
Well, you do it then if it's too hard for Chris. You
Just
just go.
Chris hasn't quite got the.
Okay, well Chris, do you mind if Dad does it for you?
You just haven't
Do you
quite.
mind if Dad does it for you?
His hand
Right, okay, that's fine. Sometimes you're not going to be able to
No,
do
no,
it.
we're not going to do
This is why you, 9 times out of 10, you're going to need somebody to help you with something.
it. Yeah.
But it's just goes to show,
Unfortunately, you got me.
but it just goes to show that it's not impossible. Because
No.
with help, you can still do it.
Absolutely. Well, you've done very well, Christopher.
There,
Okay,
so we're just going to smooth out. So
You're just unfortunate you got me to help you, mate.
don't say that.
Well, I'm not exactly shining here today. Obviously, cake decorating is not my forte.
That's going to be fine.
Everybody has
Just a
something
little bit there.
that they're good at. Decorating is not me.
That's going to be.
There we are, that looks fine. No, you can, yeah. But I'm definitely,
Yeah, but even I'm not an expert, Chris.
yeah, but you're definitely better than
It was
I am.
only because I've done it for enough years, Paul.
Yeah, I know.
And you can't help but about little mishaps like this. At least you've done it, Chris.
Yeah, that looks alright.
Right, we haven't got any holes anywhere, have we?
No.
Right, now what we usually do, guys, is when we finish the cake, we
Yeah,
usually put ribbon around the bottom. But
right.
because of the nature of the design of the cake today, we're going to put the ribbon on first. So today we're using white ribbon. And we're just going to put it around the bottom there. So if you just hold it there, Paul, hold it tight.
Yeah.
Now make sure it goes down to the, hold it tight there.
Yeah.
And what I've got here, guys, is some edible glue.
It's all glue,
Yeah.
Really?
No, I mean it doesn't matter because you're not going to eat the ribbon.
so it's not.
But
like
I'm just
super
going
glue or
to,
anything.
no, I'm just going to put a bit on the ribbon.
Right.
Well,
Have your finger.
yeah, well, you'll have to move your finger in a minute.
Okay.
There you go, and then just pull the ribbon over to it and smooth, and that's it, smooth it down. Do you need a bit more there?
I was just up there, look where it's gaping. That's it.
There you go, right, hold that there for a minute then.
Yeah, okay.
And I'll just do the same with mine here.
Yeah. That works alright. Lovely.
Could you hold the ribbon there for me?
Yep.
Or,
Sure. Even I can't get that wrong.
let's say hold the ribbon in. Now, as I said, usually you'd put this on last. But we're doing it today because we're going to be putting some snowflakes on. Okay, so
Okay.
now,
Snowflakes.
okay. vodka.
Mm.
You might be asking, why do we need vodka for snowflakes? The
Beer.
reason we use vodka,
Can you use a beer?
no. The reason we use vodka is because you use the vodka to clean off your board down the bottom to get rid of all the icing sugar that's on there.
Yeah.
So you just use your brush and go around the bottom of the board,
What a waste of vodka.
and that will take all the icing off of it.
Right.
You'll see that we've got bits of icing on the cake. So what you're going to do now is you're just going to put a little bit of vodka across the top of the cake. And that will get rid of all the icing that's on there as well.
Wow, look at that.
But you're going to be using bits of vodka to stick the snowflakes on. So
Alright.
let's just get rid of these bits of icing sugar that's on there. So now when that dries, it won't be patchy. Yes, it does evaporate. Yeah, it won't be patchy like water would be.
Right, that's cool.
Right, so now we need to cut out some stars. Now what I've done,
Yeah.
I've just got a little bit of, oh hang on a minute, let me just move the cake along. I've just got a little bit of icing here. I just need a little bit of icing sugar. So what I've done, what I've done is I've already cut out, and the cameraman there, Craig, bless him, has already cut out a load of the stars for us because they are quite fiddly to do. So I'm just going to show you how to do some of the smaller ones because it's the smaller ones you're going to need more of. Basically, you're just going to roll out a little bit of icing, and I've got like a little plunger star cutter there. It's not a star cutter, I'm so sorry, it's a snowflake. I keep calling it a star, and you press down, and then you press the top down like that, give it a little twist, and then it comes out like that. Now this is where it gets tricky because you push that down to pull it out, but you do have to guide it out with your hand, and it's very, very dainty and delicate.
That's perfect for me then.
So push it down, bring it up.
We don't do dainty and delicate, Chris, do we? No.
Push it again, just very gently.
How's it going?
You can with a knife just go
Oh yeah, you might have to with that one.
like that.
Yeah, look at that. Well done, you.
Right, so as I said, we done some earlier on.
Wow, you've done a lot earlier on.
Yeah. Oh, there goes one. Oh, there goes another. Nearly. Can't use that one, Paul, that's going on the floor.
No, I know, I know.
Oh, it's got really icing on.
It's a shame it was a big one too. Oh well, you made it with the vodka, it's alright.
Right, so what we're going to do now then, okay, so I'll show you first. So you're going to get a bit more vodka.
You're right.
You're just going to put a bit of vodka there, or anywhere on the top of the cake.
Right.
You should use a palette knife, but I can't find my palette knife.
Oh, I know where it's to. Oh, I know exactly where it's to.
Right.
So I found it just now.
Okay,
I
and you're
didn't know
just
you were
going
looking
to
for it.
pop a snowflake on. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to go over the cake with different size snowflakes. That's what I said, it's just a simple, easy cake this year. I'm going to put one here that's going to go down the side of the cake, so let's have that one, and let's have that one going down the side like that.
Alright.
And then we'll go here for another one, and we'll have another middle size one. And that one will go on there, like that.
And they just stick, do they?
They just stick. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go around the sides of the cake.
Right.
And we're going to start just filling in with little stars. Oops.
No, stars. Snowflakes.
Snowflakes.
Wow.
And then just gonna fill in on the top as well
You look
with
so
little
roasted.
ones like that.
Right, I'm now going to get very artistic now and put my snowflakes on.
Okay, with the help of Christopher.
Well,
Now
yeah.
what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to put a little tiny bit of fluorescent powder on my stars. Just going to paint them on,
Do you want
paint
that
it on,
inside?
so that it gives it a bit of glittery sort of effect on the actual snowflakes. And they should just shine out a little bit. This is optional, guys. You don't have to do this if you don't want, but all of this equipment you can buy in any good cake bakers, or you can order online. I usually get all mine from a place called Cake Craft World, who are online, and they're very good, and they're very good with their delivery as well. Their prices are very good for an online firm. Now that Christopher and Paul have finished doing their cake, you might remember I said that these are going to our NHS nurses. So what I'm going to do is, I've got some cake boxes here, and if you notice, look, I've done the cakes in the same colours as what the cake boxes are, because I want them to look really nice because of all the hard work they've done this year. So I'm just going to pop the finished cake into the box. Right, we're going to put, do you want to pass your box over?
Oh, yeah,
And
sure,
we'll pop
thank
yours
you.
in as well. So we pop them in the boxes, and then we just bring the sides down along with the front flap,
Oh, some of that. Oh, yeah, that's
and
looking
then
really
there they are, ready to go off
good. Wonderful.
to their homes for Christmas Day.
Their tongues.
Oops, hang on, I've got that one stuck a bit. There we go.
Lovely. They
These-
look really good.
Yeah, these boxes are a little bit different to the ones I usually use, but anyway, there they are in their boxes.
They look nice though.
So I do hope that you've enjoyed. This this edition of How to Do Christmas Cakes. We're actually going to finish for the time being now until the new year. So we thought we'd end on a Christmas note.
You want me to sing?
No, I don't want you to sing, Paul.
I could do a carol.
A Christmas note, as in with a Christmas box, you know, a Christmas cake. So all that's left to be said is thank you very much for joining us for this part of the year that you have. I hope you all have a happy, healthy and safe Christmas, and just enjoy it. And if you're going to be with loved ones, please enjoy being with your loved ones. If you're not going to be able to see your loved ones, then please enjoy FaceTiming or Facebooking or whatever. Just have a good time anyway. Things are very strange, very different this year, so please try and have a good time. So it's Happy Christmas from me. From Chris, and it's
Ho, ho, ho. Happy Christmas from me.
so thank you very much everybody, and we'll see you all in the new year.
Ho, ho, ho.
Bye.
Bye everybody. Bye.
Bye.